Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics as they play against the Milwaukee Bucks. This is Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And joining us courtside, reporter David Aldridge. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. To take a look at the Celtics, they like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, Milwaukee, right now, quite a ways down below.
And, you know, for Boston, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
And you want to talk about hitting the ground running? They've done exactly this. And you've got to give a lot of credit to their coaching staff for getting this team locked in early.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis, the tested forward pair. Jackson is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. And for the Celtics, Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Porzingis in at the center, locking down the middle. And Greg, when you're facing the front of a back-to-back, how much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind. But once the whistle blows, you have to live in the moment. You can bet the coaches are very aware of it.
Middleton for 3. Rebound Boston. Win after win, these guys now have 9 straight.
You can feel the energy in the air around this team. They know they are on a roll, and they are committed to keeping it going as long as they can.
And the Bucks with possession. It's a 3-point game. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
An amazing athlete. The length, speed, the Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Tatum after the basket by Milwaukee. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
You look at Tatum now running the pick and roll. He's calm and his moves are so concise. He's just definitive with everything he does.
Now here's Jackson. Giannis outside. Back to Jackson. Middleton outside for 3. They get it back. And it's good for 2.
Whatever drawbacks Lopez may have, scoring in the post isn't one of them. He is a nightmare for opposing defenses to deal with down low.
White down low, guarded by Jackson. The 3 from Tatum. Rebounded by Jackson. For 3, Middleton. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And how smooth is that jumper? Middleton making it look easy from the corner.
It's White on the wing, guarded by Jackson. Pass to Brown. Tatum setting the pick for Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make them all.
And it's Middleton penetrating, lays it up and banks it in. Middleton's got 5 points so far.
And the urgency on Middleton's drive is terrific. The defense seems powerless to stop it.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. The Bucks making the switch here. Green's checked in. And he has been on another level this past month, getting Eastern Conference Player of the Month. Jason Tatum.
And the nature of big men in the league has evolved, and he's a perfect example of how valuable a guy like this can be on your team. He's had a tremendous stretch of basketball here lately.
The Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against the Hawks. Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Here's Green following the basket by Jaylen Brown. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Boston's gone 1-2 from long range in the first quarter. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Alder.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with Joe Mazzulla. Talking about Damian Lillard, coach admitted they're zoned in with slowing him down. Coach said we know how dangerous he can be. Now we're prepared to mix it up and throw different defenders at him if possible. We don't want him to find his comfort zone. A difficult strategy to pull off, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. The Celtics have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. White, good.
The steady hand of Drew Holiday knows how to run an offense.
1:24 left to play here in the first. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. He's checked in for Milwaukee. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for him.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
A minute 20 left here in the first quarter. Back to Prince. Clock at 6. Pass to Lillard. Wide open. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And the defense knew they messed up there. Can't allow Dame to get his feet set.
Brown feeling out of it. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Giannis. Giannis has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
With defenders having to worry about the drive, the pass, Antetokounmpo can usually find space from the mid-range.
Now here's Brown. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. 2 points, that one goes. Brown's got his second bucket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Lopez, no luck. To the paint. Antetokounmpo with the steal. Prince wide open. They get it again. Fires for 3. Good on the triple.
Draw them in and kick it out. Great execution to open up an easy look from outside.
And the turnover again by Boston.
He's going to throw his arm out trying to make a pass to that one.
Chris Middleton, Gary Trent Jr.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Bucks ahead, up by 5. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Here's Middleton. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Tatum in the front court alongside Horford. Then it's the kid, and it's Shireman in at the 2-guard. That's the Boston 5.
It's difficult trying to throw Middleton off his rhythm. Remarkable job staying with that shot.
Here's Pritchard following the basket by Chris Middleton. Over Green. And it's good off the back rim and in. And we see dunkers get technicals for hanging on the rim, slapping the backboard, or Richard even staring someone down. Should refs let that slide, or is that something they got to pay attention to?
I don't mind the hanging on the rim, the smacking the backboard. I love that aggression. The staring people down, that's something you got to be careful with because that can cause some problems, and we don't want any of those issues on the court.
From deep, nailed from three-point land. Pritchard's got 5.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Pass to Prince. The 3-ball. Horford with the rebound. Boston trail. Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. No good. That would have tied it. Here's Prince. Oh, and the jam by Prince.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Milwaukee shooting their first free throw of the game right now. Jackson, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Lillard comes in for Green. And that one falls for Prince. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Here's Pritchard. He has 5. Takes the 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger. And we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And they backed it up with their play, got production from everyone, and they were able to walk the walk on the offensive end.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to. Just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those two guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report. And so it's Milwaukee with it, following the three-pointer by Boston. Knocks down the 3-ball. Lillard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Bucks.
A downright lethal 3-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Brown is checked in for Boston. Derek White comes in for Pritchard. Milwaukee also making some changes. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Green in for Taurean Prince. Celtics trail by 7. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Shoots it. Green with the rebound.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's plus 5 in that category.
2 minutes.
They grab their own miss. Celtics has gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Oh, Tatum from way outside.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
It's Giannis with the drive and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Watch out. Antetokounmpo might be soft-spoken, but he's got a mean streak when it comes to attacking the hoop.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. And that's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Now Lillard, after Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. From past the arc. There's Tatum's range on display.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Green. Antetokounmpo against Tatum. And Giannis Antetokounmpo throws it down hard.
Giannis will take on any defender. Nice finish that time.
Outside White. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Holiday against Giannis. And the flush by Antetokounmpo!
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Tatum against Antetokounmpo. Puts up a three. Green with the rebound. Jackson in the corner. Shoots over White. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Milwaukee heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's Coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
And looking at the Nets matchup, on paper, these teams are pretty even. So what will be the determining factor there, Ernie? I'm not sure, but they got to avoid mental errors.
Shaq, you agree with Kenny?
Not on most things, but this case, yeah,
maybe.
Yes.
It took you too long.
And now, guys, it's time to talk about that challenging first half for the Boston Celtics.
You can see their game plan. Play outside in. They just haven't gotten to the end part. And maybe they won't.
They would if I were coaching.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
He has been aggressive, getting into the painted areas seemingly at will and wreaking absolute havoc on the defense.
And the Bucks with possession here. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. Getting underway in the second half, here's the five for Doc Rivers. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson, and it's Middleton in at the three, the small forward. Now Tatum after the missed three from Damian Lillard. And the basket by Tatum.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Giannis dumps it down.
And we see this often now from Giannis. His offensive repertoire has become so versatile.
Here's Tatum. Inside. Tatum.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Middleton, a screen on Holiday. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And stolen by Lillard. 3-on-3 over Brown. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Lillard's got 7 points in the game.
Boston taking what the defense is giving Lillard with an opportunistic shot there.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen
And with the break in the action, let's look at the stats for Giannis Antetokounmpo. 8th in field goal percentage, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding. Celtics trail by 6. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Brook Lopez started off, of course, as a post scorer, but he's completely reshaped his game over time, becoming a three-point threat and a defensive stopper. He said, I tried to focus more on being a pillar at the defensive end, someone my teammates can rely on. I'm always talking in the paint, letting them know I'm there to back them up. Kevin?
He's got great communication skills, David. Thanks for the report.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And what I love about Giannis, yeah, he's a superstar, an MVP, a champion. But best of all, Giannis is an incredible ambassador for the game.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
Headed to the floor right now is Celtics Entertainment.
And here is our 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's toughest defensive teams over the course of the last 10 games. Number 1, the Celtics.
They've dialed up the defense in a big way. You've got to get creative if you're going to find ways to score against them these days.
To the middle. Lillard looking around. For three, Middleton. Jason Tatum grabs the board. Celtics trail by 5. To the inside. Here's Porzingis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Brook Lopez.
And it's so tough guarding Porzingis. That's why they call him a unicorn. No one matches his blend of skill and size.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game. The first free throw is good.
You know, expectations were so high for Porzingis early in his career. Maybe they didn't all pan out, but he is still a high-level impact player every time he takes the floor.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, and Antetokounmpo hammers it in.
I don't know that anyone covers as much ground in 1 or 2 strides as Giannis.
Tatum wide open, he fires one. And the 3 ball is good. Tatum's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for Boston. Giannis dunks it down.
And you see the leadership of Lillard in that sequence, keeping everyone involved, not looking to do it all himself, but creating for his teammate.
Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
Now here's Lillard after Jaylen Brown's miss. Now Tatum, he's got 16. We've got 1:48 left in the 3rd. And the Celtics another 3.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Lopez with the steal. Antetokounmpo against Tatum. Pass to Jackson. 1:10 left to play here in the 3rd. Giannis slashing.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
That was Celtics entertainment. Let's give them another round of applause.
A different look from Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Trent comes in for Jackson. And it's Green in for Damian Lillard. .103 left to play in the 3rd. Here's Pritchard. 8 points for him. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Pritchard's got 10 points. Bucks leading by 3. Middleton right side. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Horford.
Solid passer and rebounder, but it's really scoring where Middleton shows up big. He can be just relentless on that end of the floor.
Shoot 2.
The first one falls.
And the experience and consistency Middleton offers is valuable to this team. He's still such an important player.
Prince is checked in for Milwaukee. That one misses. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Pritchard. On the 3 off target. Bucks have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. On deep, Trent. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Trent's got the lead up to 7 now for the Bucks.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Horford with the screen on Green. Pritchard, and the bank shot is good. He's got 12. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside, Green. Portis sets the pick for Green. Pass to Middleton. With 1 on the clock. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we've got more in 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Let's hear what Doc Rivers has going on over in his huddle.
Hey guys, come on. Let's close this score. Let's close it. Got to pick up our pace. Got to pick up our pace right here.
And Doc Rivers looking for a faster tempo, as you heard, wanting to make a big push here.
I think he realizes when his team is attacking at both ends, that's when they tend to go on runs.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Horford is out there with the kid. Then it's Tatum, and it's Walsh in at the 3 slot. He's in the game for the Celtics. Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Tatum. Now, here's Lillard, guarded closely. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Inside. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
There's one for the I'm not sure who messed up the pass, but look, somebody did.
Celtics making a switch here. Springer's checked in. The Bucks shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Lillard the pass to Portis. And Boston with the rebound. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. In the corner, Tatum with it. To take the lead. Damian Lillard pulls it in. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Jackson. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Plays it in off a pretty alley-oop. And that'll tie this game up.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
And as tired as they might be after fighting to tie it up, they have all the momentum now to finish this comeback.
And the Bucks with possession here after the basket by Boston. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page.
Celtics dance team.
Different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Prince. And Middleton subbed in for Green. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. Coach was really hyping up his guys. He told them, this is what it's all about, fellas. You're in this spot for a reason. Go out and take this win. See if they can follow those instructions, guys.
Thank you, David. Now, here's Lopez. Here's Giannis. Oh, my goodness, man.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Tatum. Here's White. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Here's Jackson. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th assist in this one. Tatum on the wing. Porzingis with a screen on Antetokounmpo. And the basket by Tatum. Tatum's got 24 points.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Giannis dunks it down.
There is no question Antetokounmpo is a star in this league. This team trusts him to make the big shot.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Celtics trail by 4. Outside Tatum. The three. A three-pointer is right on target. 27 points for him.
I do not care what kind of game he is having. In these moments, Tatum is just different.
Here's Giannis. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And the Bucks lead by 3. The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. And here's Brown outside. And the Celtics another 3.
The emergence of Brown as a #1 scoring option has been so much fun to watch. He has earned a lot of trust from his coaching staff.
Wow, Giannis with a strong finish inside.
And you know he knows he's the leader of this team. Giannis embracing the opportunity to come through with big baskets.
And here's Tatum for 3. For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Here's Brown. Unable to get that one. Great D that time for Middleton. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And yes, it's good. Giannis has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And a big-time playmaker. When the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis.
Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. It drops. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Guys, this possession could decide their fate.
They have to be careful with the ball.
Porzingis with a screen on Antetokounmpo.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Yes!
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Brown sets a screen for Tatum. Money! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
The guy you want taking this shot. Tatum gets fired up and delivers one.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here.
All right, fans, it's stand time. Get ready to dance like... What's it?
Holiday against Lillard. Pass to Jackson. Here's Giannis. Tries from 10. Oh, no good. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Holiday with it. The small and power forwards are the star pair of Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Jackson is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot manning the middle.
Horrible mistake right there. You hate to see unforced turnovers like that.
And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Lillard outside. And here's Giannis. Pass to Middleton. And here is Antetokounmpo. Clock at 4. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. White, wide open. He fired. The shot's good. Brown making the play. White's got the lead up to 3 now for the Celtics. Middleton outside. Antetokounmpo up top. Guarded by Tatum. Antetokounmpo, no good. Celtics leading by 3. Launches it. Rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Down low. Lopez dishes to Middleton. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
Tatum on the rim. Covered by Giannis. Tatum no good.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Jackson finds Lillard. A high post shot. And he swishes it right through.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Outside Tatum. A 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo with the ball. He's picked up by White. Count it. And now a 3-point Milwaukee lead.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive enforcement.
Brown inside the line. It's good.
There you go, JB. I love his confidence. One of his strongest traits.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Now Tatum, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. In by Porzingis from downtown. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
And usually you want to go for the 2-for-1 here to maximize the clock.
Middleton finds Jackson. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
And you also have to wonder if they'll try for a 3, but they'll probably try for a 2. But if something opens up outside, I doubt that they will hesitate to take it.
Give it up for Celtics Entertainment.
Giannis. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
The 3 from Tatum. He's off from 3. Jackson passes to Lillard. Middleton for 3. Oh, they had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number 2. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And as we play on into another overtime, you know these teams must be wearing down. It's become a battle of attrition. Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. Yep, it counts.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. Trailing by 2. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. Rebound, Milwaukee. Giannis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Lillard. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist. And the Bucks lead by 4.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. Good, another from 3.
He's got this defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game.
Nice work to rise up and secure that miss. Solid rebounding effort from him.
Lets the 3 fly. Connects again from distance.
He's now set the team record for most threes in a game. Unreal.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence, even when he misses. Oh, wow!
That is powerful.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum.
Jason Tatum, first personal foul.
Antetokounmpo against Tatum. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
On the wing Brown, defended by Middleton. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Once a weakness in Brown's arsenal, now he's a legitimate threat to burn you from deep.
Takes a step back. Lillard with it, picked up by Brown. Lillard against Howard. Lillard, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Rebounded by Tatum. Boston shooting really well, 54% from the floor. Tatum with the screen on Middleton. Brown wide open, he fires. No good with the triple. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Here's Lopez. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Holiday has it in the corner. Brown outside. Tatum with the screen on Middleton. Tatum capping off the alley-oop.
It is the sheer confidence of Tatum, ready to put his team on his back.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
And if you can get a three, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick two and a foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point. So I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
Goes up off the inbound. Good!
His team is in a tight spot, but Lillard keeps his cool, totally focused on getting them what they need.
And they commit an intentional foul. See another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul, second team foul. At the line for the Celtics, Drew Holiday. At the line for 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
And those were some big-time shots. Those free throws helping make this a 3-point game.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
And if you can get a three, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick two and a foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point, so I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
Pass to Antetokounmpo, fires the 3. Off target from downtown. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Second personal foul, third team foul. At the line for the Celtics, Kristaps Porzingis. At the line for 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
There's Jackson with the 3. Connects from downtown. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Jackson, second personal foul, fourth team foul. At the line for 2, Derek White.
We got this. We got this. 2 shots. More, bro. More. Bring back my thing.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. And so it's Boston sweeping by with the win. The double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep and play with that much determination to get a win, it was earned, and I tell you what, they've got to feel really good about themselves for fighting through.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much, Jason. Congrats on the win. It was a slow start on offense, so what got you guys going in the second half?
Coach told us we didn't deserve to make any shots. We were too tense. We weren't having any fun. We started having a lot more fun second half. Guys were smiling and cheering, and we had some shots.
Well, it's good to know that if you smile and make shots. I'll keep that in mind. Congrats, man. Back to you.
Much appreciated, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for our reporter, David Aldridge, and our analysts, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching tonight's game. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jason Tatum.
PlayStation